All right, welcome everybody. We're here for a Cat's Corner with our esteemed expert Pete Thomas. How you doing, Pete?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Getting ready. I just finished my European speaking tour and ended up at Cambridge University and just came back a couple weeks ago. And as everybody knows, today a lot of people were really shocked by the opening. We saw palladium down dramatically. I think the thing that really caught a lot of people by surprise, especially you guys doing as many AutoCADs as you're doing with your expanding program there, palladium was almost $500 lower on the opening, and I believe a lot of it is linked right now into the anticipation of the Treasury Department of the Fed raising rates in the middle of the week. And a lot of people are really nervous that we're going to see a lot of risk off and people going into yields with the war going on, with the way these markets have been moving around. And I believe it just shocked the market, and people are kind of digging their heels and moving into cash, coming out of everything. And we're seeing a lot of selling on our side. So as you know, you guys have been on our platform. We've seen a lot of people lifting hedges because they're selling product. And I think that's what's going on, guys.
Gotcha. Interesting. Do you think it adjusts back up here shortly, or do you
on this show not long ago, when you and I talked, Nick, I projected $3,000 palladium, and you said bring it on, and we got it. And the question was, will it hold? Right now it doesn't appear to, but here's the thing. Right now China and Russia are in talks. I think they're Wednesdays when they're going to open their first round negotiation. And it's going to be a lot of it's going to be rare earths and platinum, palladium, of course, are their big production, also nickel. And so we're going to have to see if Russia's going to flow right into China. And then, of course, China will deliver to us because they still have favored status. And we'll see what goes on. So if, in effect, we see the slowing of the delivery cycle, and we also cost is affiliated with shipment and movement to China and then from China to here. So prices will go up and probably stay up for a while. It's really going to depend on these negotiations. If Russia is in a situation whereby they have to discount to China, maybe we'll see some lower prices. So we've really got a kind of an iffy Monday, because there's the Fed on the one side, there's the war on the other, and with all the sanctions going on, and 43% of our palladium and a large amount of platinum and nickel are all coming from Russia, which have been cut off. So the question becomes, how is that going to influence us until that chain is reconnected through another source? And so for me to say, hey, yeah, we're going to stay here, oh no, we're going to rally, it's just real. I don't have anything to really concrete to sink into,
Hard to tell where it's going to go. How do you think the demand for the product is, though? How do you think the demand for palladium is?
Ford just came out about an hour ago and said what we're going to start doing is, because we can't get chips at all. I mean, we're just, it's just, we were completely unprepared, which was no surprise. And so what we're going to do is start delivering automobiles with some of the chips that we don't have, which is for like air conditioning and a bunch of other things that the cars won't be able to do. But what we're going to do is discount them, and then when we get the chips, we'll have you come into your dealership, and then we'll put them in and we'll work it out from there. And so if we see more autos coming out, we're going to see more demand across the board. So the question becomes, how will this affect the market? Will the end consumer of trucks, pickup, light vehicles, things of that nature, are they going to say, I can live without heated seats, I can live without, automatic roll down rear windows, it's what we're going to lose from the chips that we can't gather. So if that happens, then we're going to see we're going to see a demand pick up. I think also something was very interesting, like Thursday or Friday, Impala Platinum, Impala Mines. I have a very good relationship with one of the individuals there. Told me that they're cutting their projections by 300,000 ounces, and that's a lot of platinum pull off the market. So we're seeing a war. We're seeing the potential for demand coming back, and like I said, guys, it's the market's showing you these radical swings that we're seeing. 3,000, 2,500 back and forth. Where are we going to be? I don't think anybody knows. I just think that, depending on, what you're doing with inventory, if you're just dealing inventory as it comes into demand, I mean, obviously there's some risk there. It just depends on how you're receiving it. But I really don't have something solid other than the facts on what's going on. And what's going on looks to me like we're going to still see some pretty radical swings.
I think it's a trader's market, right? That's the biggest, the traders right now, they love the swings because that's actually when they can, make some money, right? Or lose some money. You get both sides of it. But
well, yeah, that's true. But here's the thing. When the majority of the movement is on the opening, like today, nobody makes money. I mean, that, you might as well just be throwing the dice, that's not trading. And no matter how sophisticated you are, I've been doing this, 4 decades. My dad, 4 decades before me. The guys at Zahner, I mean, Matt Zahner's dad was a broker on the floor. We knew his family, we've been together really, 60 years, and they've been together for 40 years as a firm. And everybody, we look at each other and just scratch our heads right now. It's just kind of like, $49 move in gold for no reason, I mean, so silver $1.30 in an afternoon, and nobody knows why. I mean, once it just picks up volume, it just keeps going.
And it feels like that's the way it is, right? I mean, if whether it picks it up on the downside or picks it up on the upside, you're right for those moves. Like all it takes is somebody to come out and say that nobody's gonna be able to get palladium from Russia tomorrow, and you'll see that palladium price scream, right? Because it'll start taking out all the shorts, just like taking out all the longs right now. I mean, and it's just margin call all the way down.
Oh yeah.
And, I mean, that knife cuts both ways always.
Well put. Yeah, and it's a sharp knife too. It is never pretty, and it's gonna continue that way. And one of the things, and then there's all these small little things that are kind of like waiting in the wings. For example, if Putin decides, when he goes into Kiev, he uses some of the things he did in Afghanistan, which was they just used poison gas and killed everybody in a village and then just rolled in. I mean, their idea of warfare and ours is completely different. They kill everything, including the grasshoppers. I mean, they don't care. And so if he uses poison gas on Kiev, we'll have $3,500 gold in 2 days. I mean, it'd just be like, unbelievable. So, that's kind of waiting in the wings. And the thing is that, we're just going to have to see. The LBMA is still seeing big volume, but our hedging platform is running well. We're seeing good bids and offers on both sides, so it hasn't affected the trading as much because there's guys like you that are just putting on hedges because they see $3,000 palladium. They're like, I'm selling it here. I know what I got it for.
I missed that boat.
Yeah, we missed
I didn't. I just been holding inventory, so I missed.
Yeah.
So I'm more patient, I guess.
Well, no, listen. There's as many guys like you as there are guys that hedge. I mean, it's just that simple, And I mean, I'm still talking. I'm getting calls from guys that go, "Hey, I got 15,000 tons of copper sitting in the yard. Is $5 a good place to sell it?" And I'm going, "Yes." how long have you had it there? Oh, I don't know, 8 months, 9 months. I'm looking for a price. I'm like, oh, okay. But I hear you, man. I mean, bottom line is what works for you, right? Yeah.
100%.
So
it's always good to get guys like your take on the market, just to get feedback and figure out where we're at and what, get some other perspective on what's going on.
Sure. Well, I appreciate it, and plus the fact that, without our scrappers, people don't realize you guys are the backbone of this nation. And, people think steel comes from the truck that pulls up, and they don't have any idea what it takes to crush cars or pull wire or, how to get platinum palladium out of AutoCAD. I mean, they just have no idea of the work that goes on. And if they knew the numbers that, that were coming out of the scrappers, I mean, it's stunning. And so any way I can help or give someone some vision as to why the price is where it is now and what's affecting them and why, as a guy's working hard to make a living, why he's getting that end price or what that check size is, then I'm happy to help you guys at all times.
We appreciate you, Pete.
All right.
Yeah, man. Thanks, brothers.
I talked to Scott. We want to do another one of these next week, so we'll get Scott back on and we'll see what things
Sure.
a week from now. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, man.
See you, man.
See you, Pete. Bye-bye.
Take care, brothers.
See ya.
Bye-bye.